How to raise a social child. 10 not-to-do list. My name is Majida and the topic is useful to parents and educators. Parents would like their child to be social and successful. What are the roles that parents and other adults play in the child's socialization process? What are the roles of siblings and peers? How does the journey of social development start? Infants reach out to parents to get support using verbal and non-verbal exchanges. Crying is the main example of verbal exchange. Babies could also use non-verbal exchange to communicate, such as moving their body in excitement when they like something or cringe when they're not happy. The primary caregiver and adults acknowledge the child's actions and reciprocate back and forth, thus forming the basis of social relationships. 2-year-old babies show understanding of rules by testing them, so they might do the opposite of what they're expected to do. If they are told not to touch something, they will go ahead and touch it and see what would be the reaction. They are intentional in some of their actions, such as waving, asking someone to come, or walking to somebody to push them to go somewhere of their choosing. Whether the child is easy, slow to warm up, or difficult, the temperament type will be translated into actions. Children of the easy type smile and laugh frequently. They approach new situations and places easily. For difficult children, everything is a struggle. They refuse to go places. They might refuse to be helped or have their hand held. They won't approach adults that could be relatives. The parents' presence is not enough to comfort them. When upset, it takes them a long time to settle down. They cry and kick a lot to show disapproval. By the end of 2 years, toddlers begin to understand how others think, feel, and expect. They start to make an effort to control their impulses and their actions in light of what's expected of them. At the same time, according to Erikson, this is the time where children are seeking autonomy and independence. There could be a conflict of interest between what children want and what the adults are expecting them to do. When children have siblings, they observe them to see what they're doing in a specific context, and more so when the sibling is asked to do or not to do something. As a result, children learn more about social expectations without experimenting themselves. Playing with peers, such as relatives or same-age children at a child care, is important to initiate the child to the world of communication among people of similar age, characteristics, and needs. In a child care, the child has to negotiate needs in accordance with the demands of the new context. Play is a main medium that helps children develop social competence. Young children observe what other children are doing and might imitate them or want the same toys. Children could play alone next to another child or interact with other children. Children switch their play depending on who the other children are and how engaged they are in the actual toy in their hands. Children engage in a pretend play with other children as part of their social play. Once the children find that they have shared interests with other children, the common interest helps them develop an appreciation of each other. They look forward to seeing each other and therefore develop a friendship that would span for a long time. The child is navigating the social role with the help of the primary caregivers and the peers in the child care context. One of the responsibilities of the caregiver is to implement a curriculum that takes into consideration the child's need for interactions with other children and to help the child transition smoothly into cooperative social play. So how could parents help children develop social competence? Children have to balance among their temperament type, their needs, and the expectations of the social setting they're in. There is an ongoing negotiation where children are testing how far they can get away with achieving what they want. Parents need to help children verbalize their needs. They also should set expectations in line with the children's physiological characteristics. For example, parents should expect the child to be fussy when hungry or sleepy. What doesn't help children develop social competence? This happens when we force the child to engage in an activity, disrespect the child's rights to play in a safe environment, expect the child to behave as a grown-up, use physical punishment as the way to discipline children, avoid comforting children when they cry so they grow up tough, ridicule the children in front of other children or adults, not allow the child to express preferences, focus on the child's weaknesses, discourage the child from seeking help, and finally, always expect the child to be a follower and never a leader. The book Child Development and Learning was used as a reference for the age characteristics. If you find the content useful, please like and share. For information about child development, please refer to the Future Global Children website, where you will find posts that address children's social, emotional, physical, cognitive, and language development. Finally, if you have an infant or provide care to an infant, consider buying from Amazon the guide, Infant Development for Moms and Dads, 20 Questions and Answers for a Super Job. Thank you.